Hey babes, welcome back. I told myself and you guys that I would sit here and be honest with you guys, and I'm going to. I've retaken this take like 7 times, and each time I've talked for about 10 minutes before I deleted it because I don't think I say things correctly. But hey, this podcast is all about being honest, and that's what I'm here to do. Sorry guys, this looks like an interrogation room because this light is in my face and the rest is like dark. But it is because it's midnight and it took me about 3 hours to get out of bed to make this video because for the last couple of days I have had topics to talk about and I've wanted to talk about them, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about this and this and this. But then I'm like, okay, how do I carry that out to keep you guys entertained? But this podcast isn't to keep you guys entertained. It's to tell you guys things that probably no one else will. I believe I have a gift. And as cliche as that sounds, I do. And everyone in my life has told me I have a gift. And starting this podcast has been my dream since I was like 9 years old. Mind you, I have other dreams that I will be pursuing, like mechanics and a race car driver. But that is a physical dream. I've always wanted to help people. And the only ways I can really help people right now is praying for homeless people and praying for everyone that needs it, and my friends and family. I can't really just help everyone unless I make a video. So here we are. I don't want to become this big social media star. I don't want the fame. Honestly, I don't. I'm not the type of person that wants to go out to McDonald's. One, I don't really like McDonald's, but two, and get recognized. Oh, that's a YouTube girl. If that happens, cool. I will always say hi. But I don't think you need a picture of me on your wall. I don't want you to spend money on me unless I make a Patreon. But that's just when you get unedited, raw videos of me just blabbering. But I'm not starting a Patreon yet, or maybe at all, depending. My hair is whack, guys. It goes like in a mountain. Maybe that's just a shadow. Anyway, I just want you guys to have a safe place and someone that understands you. I may not be able to understand everything to a T, but I guarantee that I can help you understand you. And I can help you understand what you're going through. Not because I've been through a lot. Well, I have, but I haven't been through everything. Close, not everything. It's because I understand emotions so deeply and so well that it's easy for me. It hasn't always been, but it's easy for me. When I was 14, I used to sit inside my room and dissect my brain piece by piece because I was so uncomfortable with not knowing why I felt away, or when is it going to go away, or when did it start, or how do I get rid of it, or should I get rid of it, or is this healthy, is this not healthy? And so for months, I didn't go out. I'm not talking about like bedridden. I mean, I kind of was. I mean, I would go out on walks and have sunshine. I wasn't like locked in my room with my shades down or whatever. But I spent probably 18 hours out of the 24 hours in my room. Not because I wanted to, just because I felt like I needed to. And in that moment, all I wish is for someone to help me understand it. I surrounded myself with a lot of emotional people, non-emotional people that didn't understand emotions or how they were feeling, so it was hard for them to help me with how I was feeling. And it's not, it doesn't come easy. And I mean, now it does. I'm 18 years old. Of course it comes easy now. I've given myself years to learn my entire being. But people change, and I'm not always gonna be this way. Sorry, my boyfriend texted me. Um, it's not always gonna be this way. I'm not always gonna be this person. And I've changed a lot in my life. But I've noticed that no matter which way I change, there's always one thing that stays the same, and that's my emotional intelligence. I've shut my emotions off before. I've gone completely numb. By choice, by the way. By choice. I know, how lucky. And then there was this time that I went numb, not by choice, and I freaked out because emotions are me. If you asked anyone in my life to describe me, especially my sister, what's one trait that you think she would never let go? And they would all say my emotions. I used to think that my emotions were weakness, but if someone else had emotions, I would tell them that I was proud of them. And it was unfair to me. And eventually I was tired of regretting my emotions or being embarrassed of them. So I said, you either take it or leave it. Because I'm taking my emotions. I'm feeling them. I'm dealing with them. And if you don't want to, that's fine. But I'm not going to sit here and stop feeling things because you're uncomfortable. And then eventually you find yourself surrounding yourself by people who love your emotions. There was this one time I asked my sister, what's one thing you think I would go insane over? And she said, if I ever lost my emotions. And I asked her what she meant, and it was a big conversation. But something she said stuck with me. She said, if I let someone make me emotionless, she thinks I would go through a midlife crisis. She said she doesn't think she would know me without knowing my emotions. I didn't understand it at first, but now I do. Sorry, I talk a lot about me when it comes to emotions, just because no one else is talking back. But I don't want you to ever feel stuck. I want you to know that worst comes to worst, text my Instagram. That's linked in my description. I might not be able to get back to everyone, but if you're seriously in a crisis and you need help, you can text that Instagram. I have the Google form open for people who want advice and for people who it's not so urgent to talk about, but you want advice on it eventually. Now, Instagram is a little more personal. You text my Instagram telling me you need help emotionally, and I will try my best to get to you. I do work and go to school, so it'll be a little hard, and I'm not really on social media, but I promise I will try. And if you text my Instagram and then you realize that you want it to be in a video, just go on the Google form and be like, hey, here's my Instagram. I want you to read that out loud or whatever. And that can happen too. I don't want anyone, girl or guy, teenage, adult, you could be 40 right now having a midlife crisis, and I guarantee I can help you. I don't want you to feel alone. Not because it's unhealthy. I think being alone is healthy in a way. But there was a time where I thought that I was always going to be alone, and it wasn't worth it to me. We will get into my childhood, parts of it, and what I went through teenage-wise. I know I'm still a teenager, but teenage-wise, more later in the other podcasts. But I don't know why I started this video off so serious, but it kind of just flowed that way. I apologize. I just would hate for someone to not have someone when you guys could come to me. I could talk about emotions for hours, and I probably will in a later video, but I have other things I want to talk about right now. Just know that if you have an emotional problem, I'm your girl. Come to me. I know I'm bald, but I am a girl. Come to me. It's no burden, and I don't want you to ever think you're a burden, because you're not. You never will be. And if people make you feel like a burden, then they just don't have space for you, and that is okay. You don't need to have space made for you. You just gotta go where there is space for you. Now, if someone makes space for you, then just know they love you, okay? I'm gonna get off the topic of emotions. I know I'll probably come back within this video, but that's all I really want to say about emotions right now. I could blabble and talk for hours, but I have other things I want to talk about. Like, for example, boundaries of this podcast, okay? I will not talk about politics. If it has anything to do with politics, won't talk about it. Just because I think there's more important things to talk about, and because talking about politics will not benefit anyone unless there's a serious problem happening. But I don't even talk about politics with my friends. It's not my type of thing. And I don't think I have many opinions on politics. So you would just get the normal, I don't know, out of me. But I don't have a lot of knowledge in politics. And I don't sit here gaining knowledge about politics. So I will never talk about politics. Another thing I will never talk about is other people's lives unless they give me permission. I won't talk about what my boyfriend went through. I won't talk about what my brothers went through. I won't talk about what my friends went through. You can ask questions. It's not my thing. If they come on my podcast and they want to talk about it, I will engage into that, yes. But it's not my place. I'm here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about you. That's it. There are parts of my life that I will never talk about. Not to YouTube, at least. Not to the public eye. I have opened up to people that I care about, and that's as far as I'll go. There are parts of me that should never be talked about. Not because I'm a bad person or because I'm not trying to be honest with you guys, but because they don't need to be talked about. And if I'm not comfortable talking about something, that is real, that is honest and truthful. And I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do to please others. Just like you don't have to do anything you don't want to do to please others. That's the whole point of what we're talking about. Have I made mistakes in the past? Yeah, sure. Will I talk about those? Yeah, I don't care. I just won't talk about specific things, including specific people that I don't want to talk about. If I talk about specific situations and people, I will always use code names. I will not name drop unless given permission. And usually they'll be right next to me on the podcast. I will not talk about anything that I feel would damage someone. And I'm not a shit talker. Excuse my language. I am not a shit talker. Will I explain a situation? Yes. But I will not sit here and shit talk someone or their choices or what happened, because it's not my place. And another thing I want to disclose about this podcast is I don't like cussing a lot. Is it a bad habit? Yes. But I probably won't cuss often. This is not a podcast for anyone who is younger, that younger, I mean like 7, 8, 9. There will be a lot of talks and language that, I mean, if you introduce it to your kids, you introduce it to your kids. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not perfect. I don't think kids under the age of 12 should be watching this. But if kids under the age of 12 need emotional help, then they can watch it. I'm not putting a restriction on this. My boyfriend cusses like a sailor, so when he comes on here, just be warned. This is not a PG podcast, but everyone's welcome. In that sense, like, watch at your own risk, kind of. Another thing I will not disclose is, I will not disclose where I went to high school, where I'm going to school, where I work, what city I live in, not even what state I live in. If you figure out the state, cool, good for you. Another thing is, I hope that everyone who interacts with this podcast is respectful, just brings love to this podcast. And you guys will not tell me who I'm supposed to be or anything. It won't affect me. If you can say, I don't like how much you talk about emotions. That's what this podcast is about. Suck it up or leave. You guys are not forced to stay here. Let's talk about something you guys are all wanting to hear. Why am I bald? Considering the fact that I had hair down to my lower back my entire life until I wanted to make my mom mad and I cut it to my shoulders. I didn't do this to make my mom mad, guys. I did this because I had a very bad obsession with my hair. If I woke up one morning and it didn't look good, I would cry. And mind you, I live an hour and a half to 2 hours away from where I went to high school. So I would wake up and have to shower if it looked bad, and I was rushing and I was out of the house, or I had like planned hair wash days, which isn't normal, but I took it way too far, and I didn't love myself beyond my hair. I couldn't have my hair up without feeling insecure. And I know everyone goes through insecurities, but this was an obsession. I couldn't put my hair up. I couldn't do cute hairstyles because I thought I looked ugly. So that's one of the reasons I shaved it. Another reason is I was so afraid of not being someone who everyone wanted me to be, aka pretty. I thought that if I wasn't pretty, I was nobody. And I hated that. I hated that thought. I hated the way that made me feel. So I said, you know what? If I don't feel pretty without my hair, eventually I will. And if I don't feel myself unless I'm pretty, then I have to take that from me. So I did. And another reason is I idolized my hair. It was everything to me. Nothing came above it. And I am a Christian. I do believe in God. And I didn't think it was, not that it wasn't fair to him, but that I just didn't like how separate me and God were and how close me and my hair were, basically. So after I graduated high school, me and my boyfriend and my best friend buzzed our hair. Now, mind you, it wasn't nothing different from my boyfriend. He buzzes his hair all the time. But me and my best friend buzzed our hair. And it was so funny because I was planning it for months, like 4 months before I graduated. My mom was like, oh, like, you won't do it. My mom loves to tease me about my hair. Not in a mean way, but like, she's like, you won't do it. And then I did it. And she was like, you actually look really good. I was like, thank you. It was a minute for her to get used to, but my dad likes it. Everyone likes it. My sister said it looks more me. I do think it brings out my facial features a lot. If you guys go to my Instagram, you'll see what I looked like before, or my TikTok. But I went up to my friend and I was like, hey, I'm buzzing my hair after graduation. And she was like, hey, I'm going to do it too. And I said, whoa, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm doing this for self-love. Like, you don't have to do that. She goes, no, but I don't want you to be alone. So, bless her. I love her. She did it with me. No hesitation, no nothing. She just one day was like, I'm going to do it with you. I was like, no, you're not. She goes, yes, I am. And I thought she was going to change her mind because she had like 2 months to change her mind. She never did. We came home later that night and buzzed our hair. My hair grows really fast. I took it to like, I think it was a 6 guard. And now it's way past that. And it's been less than a month. Oh, no, it's been a month already. Are there days that I wake up feeling insecure? Yeah. But I feel less insecure now than when I had hair. And I'm so excited for my hair to grow out. Not because I miss it, because I miss it. I don't miss it at all, actually. But because I want to do cute hairstyles. I want to do everything that I refuse to do because of insecurity before I buzz my hair. So, because I can't like put it in pigtails now. I mean, I can, but anyway. But the funny thing is, when I sleep on my side. So like, when I wake up, my hair's like, it's like all this is pulled back or like pushed down, and it's just like a bump. And I think that's what's happening now. I think it might be happening. I took a nap earlier, but I love it, and I love myself a lot more. I won't say that I'm there, but I know myself a lot better. And I started my podcast, which I haven't done in years, even though I wanted to. And I started putting myself first. I started reading more, which I love reading. I love it. I started getting more into art, which I didn't really do. And I actually, I'm very indecisive. But now, for some odd reason, I can make decisions now. I think it's just, I don't know. But now, like, the only thing that I'm insecure about is my style. Like, I recycle the same, like, 6 outfits. Don't get me wrong, they get washed. But my style a year ago, I don't buy clothes very often. And if I do, it's clothes that I think I would like, and then I don't like them. Like this shirt, I love it. But the only pants I have to wear it with is leggings and one pair of jeans, and they don't look good with the wash of jeans I have. My style is like very 2000s, but not like Y2K 2000s. I don't like high-waisted pants, and I'm not really into crop tops anymore. Like crop tops like these. Like these. Like I like a little midriff showing, but not ones where it's like right under my boob. I don't like them. I like classy looks. Um, I love a good classy look. But I also love, like, I don't know if y'all are gonna get this vision, but vintage farm. Like the flannel, not tied around the waist. I think that's a little outdated. But if it looks good on you, that looks good on you. Like the flannel, the tank top, the low rise jeans, and like a cute boot. But that seems a little too basic, so I probably put like a kitten heel on. Have like a red kitten heel, a red bag, a white flannel, a red. And when I say red, I mean burgundy. I'm not really into like the bright red. Um, a burgundy tank top, and then like dark washed, kind of like low flare out jeans. Because I don't like the flare out jeans that start flaring out at your knees. I like when it goes to like mid calf and then flares out a little bit. And then a kitten heel. That would be so cute. Or like jorts. I would say like jorts, a good sneaker, and then like a big jersey. And you kind of tuck it. I feel like those are always outfits being shown, but those outfits are out of my comfort zone, but I'm like in love with them. Or like I have this outfit and I wear it, but the top's too big for me, so I have to like safety pin it in the back. I have to safety pin it in the back. So it's like these flare out. They're not leggings. They're like light forest green, like a mesh type of feel, but they look like leggings and they flare out at the bottom. And then I wear this brown tank top, and then I wear this like cream cover up. Let me show you the cream cover up. Give me one moment. Okay, it's this cover up, and it's really cute. And so it gives like a barn look, but then it gives very like vintage hippie. Oh, it's the face I just made. I wouldn't say vintage hippie because like my sister was a hippie. And I say she's a hippie and she's really not, but she used to dress like one. Um, and I probably wouldn't be into like those big flowy skirts until I become a mom. That's not the point. Um, Another outfit that I think is really cute is like, you know those like army shorts? And they're kind of short, but I wouldn't buy ones with my ass out, but they're kind of short. And I'd pair that with like a long sleeve camo with a scarf and like probably knee highs, like knee high brown boots. That'd be gorgeous. I'm so sorry. I don't know if y'all get the vision or not. I don't really know what else to talk about. And I'm kind of all over the place. But that's who I am, guys. Um I want to do like the jars of jewelry. I love jewelry. I don't have enough of it. It's like I have this necklace. My boyfriend necklaces that my boyfriend's Noni gave me. This promise ring that he gave me, and then his initials, and a bunch of earrings that I've had since I was 9. So I need to up my jewelry because I love jewelry. If y'all have any book recommendations, like books that keep you hooked and make you cry, but like not cry to the point where like I have to shut the book and never pick it up again halfway through it, because I've done that before and I still haven't reopened that book. I'm not gonna do Bible study probably for the next few videos, just because I struggle not reading the Bible but understanding the Bible. And I'm gonna do Bible study with either my brother or my sister or my dad to help me a little bit, and then I'll do Bible study on here. But I think that's all I'm really going to talk about today. And I have a million more things to talk about, but it is 1 in the morning and I am tired. Not really, kind of. I'm hungry. Okay. I'm just saying I'm hungry and I want to go eat something. I am gonna end it here. And I hope you enjoyed the video, the YapSesh. This was more of an on track YapSesh. I think I stayed pretty on track. When I get more comfortable on a camera, it'll be a lot different. I wouldn't say a lot different. I would just say the Yap sessions flow better, and they're not as. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.